to worry about. So don't worry at all. We can definitely help you diversify and all that. So I'm actually gonna get my brother Walter on this situation. What are y'all doing here? It's time to start the show.
Yo, what it do, what it is, y'all. It's your boy Taylor May Rock. You're now tuned in to the infamous No Filter Show. And as always, I'm joined by my great co-host.
Yeah, villain in the white mask, bees, bars, and faith. You know the deal. Okay, quit.
Man, and of course, it's your man GMO, aka non-GMO, and I'm coming with a half full clip tonight. You heard me. I don't feel too angry, but let's go ahead and let off a couple.
Oh, what the hell is happening? Why are y'all?
What's wrong with you?
Y'all.
What do you do?
Hello, people. Mr. Blue Phoenix.
So she's a singer now.
Hey, Angel.
That was extremely interesting on this Thursday. How the fuck is everybody doing?
I'm okay. I'm really okay.
Staying black, trying not to get shot. You heard me? As light skinned as I may be.
Definitely.
Yeah.
What's up, lady?
You know, I'm doing nothing, collabs here and there. I'm good.
Okay, hold on. So since we on that subject, I think you got an announcement, right?
Announcement. Well, hey, P, what's going on, patients? Well, for those of y'all who are kind of under a rock and haven't, not really under a rock, but still, who haven't seen any of my social media announcements, I have been selected by the man himself to be a part of Flesh and Bone, of Bone Thugs and Harmony's next album, and I'm actually going to be on the first single dropping off of that project too. So next album from Flesh and Bone, you're going to hear me on that joint. So, yeah, that's
my man is 2 for 2 right now.
That's God. 2 out of 5. 2 out of 5 in less than 6 months.
Hey, that's dope as shit, bro. Congratulations to you, bro. You deserve everything that's coming.
Appreciate you.
You put a lot of hard work. It's crazy, bro. Like, can I talk my shit real quick? Because I feel like I don't want to say the uncle because I ain't that old. I feel like the big cousin, the big brother that just sat around and just watched this young man right here just level up. Like, it's crazy. Like I said, I met Quick when he was young. So I literally watched him get to here. And this shit is a pleasure. It's a dope thing to see you level up. Congratulations again, my dude.
Appreciate you, OG. Real talk.
All day. But look, y'all ready to get some wild shit? I told you, I'm a little excited about this first topic.
Oh, we got a first topic.
Yeah. Okay, so I just want to say, I actually had a lot of fun. What's up, Talena? I actually had a lot of fun researching this fucking subject. So recently, adult star, porn entertainer Brittany Jones was charged for sexual assault after breaking into a man's house and sucking him off. Now, if you don't know who Brittany Jones is a adult content creator who actually has a history of sexual offenses. The first one that came to light was in 2015, where she was shown giving a man head inside of the courthouse and then riding him outside of the courtroom. She got arrested of it. They interviewed her father. They said that, they've been telling her for a long time that she needs to cut it out, but she just kept going. So, ladies and gentlemen, and this one is for the fellas, you know what I'm saying? If you was in that situation, how would you react?
It depends on the man, real talk. But it's not so much as how I would react. To me, I think the real issue, because this leads right into another thing that really intrigues me, because at the end of the day, whether the average man will say, I'll never turn down a girl, doing that to me and so on and so forth, but still, that act was still not consensual, and it is still sexual assault, which is what she was arrested for. So if that man in that situation, 9 out of 10 times, if that man calls the police, or if anybody finds out, I guarantee 9 out of 10 times. Matter of fact, I can guarantee on the internet right now, that man is being made fun of by groups of people.
Well, as you see, Talena just made fun of him.
I missed that, but like I'm just saying, but why does that have to happen to men? We're only empathetic when women get sexually assaulted, and we should, but I'm just saying, why can't it be both ways?
Hey.
Maybe all men don't want that, everybody got rights,
Excuse me. Hey Mo, can I get a couple gunshots, please? One more time. Quick, brother, quick. Now let me tell you something. This man knew who she was. He knew about her talent, her abilities.
Not everybody watches porn.
Quick.
You can't assume, bro. You can't assume.
Wait a minute.
You can't assume.
If you're talking to Brittany Jones, you know who you dealing with.
Bro, I don't even know who Brittany Jones is. I do not.
Quick.
I kid you not. I do not know who Brittany Jones is. Just like that.
Hold on. Mo, can you weigh in? Because I'm just saying though. If I'm single and she finds it in her heart,
well, granted,
she wants to break in my house, you feel me? And attempt to inflate me from my penis, I'm going to.
Okay. All right. So I've seen her before. But,
exactly.
But no. Wait. Now, granted, if you're single and you're with it, yeah. But I'm just saying. I'm just saying though. Why make fun of the guy if he feels he was sexually assaulted? Because granted, we know what you would do. We know what the average guy walking around would be, how we would react to that. But but to me, when I hear a case like this, the issue at hand is not how we would react, not what we would do in that situation, is how everybody is looking at a man reporting sexual assault, even if it's a woman doing it. That's how I see it.
I'm sorry, then I'm gonna let Mo go in. Now, if she broke in and stuck her finger up his butt,
you're proving my point. You're proving my point, by the way.
That's different.
You're proving my point. Phoenix, can you heal something, please? I'm done. There's nothing else.
She was trying to heal him with her mouth. Let me stop, brother Mo.
All right, are we ready? Because I got a whole fucking clip. So let's psychoanalyze this woman who I call great, okay? See, if you ain't never been married before, you crave head, okay? Women do too, all right? People have fought over head. Napoleon Bonaparte died because he needed some head. You hear me? Yeah. So let's go ahead and let's get this right. You're telling me let's everybody relax all your muscles.
Go ahead and say it, bro.
And let's talk about head alone. Just head alone.
I can't stand this fool, yo. I really cannot stand this fool with a passion.
If somebody broke in my fucking window to suck me dry, snatch my soul, I'm with it. Hey, especially a woman that looks like that. A woman that looks like that.
I know what I would do. I don't need to explain what I would do. I am looking at this overall and looking at how everybody's looking at the man.
Nope.
That's how. All right. See. All right.
I would have been with you if you would have been like, you know what? But if a man broke into a woman's house to do
that's what I'm saying. No. That's what I'm saying, though.
My nigga.
If it was a man who did it, if it was the other way around. See, look, no, because you're basically saying what I'm saying. I'm just not bringing. I just didn't give the scenario. What is the difference?
There's no difference. You're absolutely
the scary
right.
part is I was not even finished.
Bro, we don't want you to finish. I really don't.
That's what she wanted, and I would have
bro.
finished. So let's go ahead. Let me talk my my light skin shit.
Go ahead. Bro.
All right, let me go ahead. Let me talk my light skin shit. So let's psychoanalyze. What are the details of the story about her wanting to give him head? Did she use a lot of teeth? Was he musty? Was he stinking? Did she know the exact time that he took a shower? Because I'm telling y'all now, fellas, okay, for all the ladies out there, we don't get a lot of musty head, okay? Sometimes we want a little musty head, okay? We want to be fresh off from work, stress relief, okay?
Not to cut you off, bro, but like, bro, save that file that Talena just put down there, that double standard thing. I'm gonna swing the block on that joint in a second. Finish up, Mo.
There will be no male on this podcast. There will be no female on this podcast that will be desperate enough to go blow anybody, okay? There is no, when a woman has a hankering, okay, this is beyond craving. This is a hankering for your skin. Nigga, it's not like she said, I want to come in here and just lick your mustache and your armpits, okay? She wanted to blow you to smithereens like Bugs Bunny, okay? I will gladly open my legs and concentrate hard.
Bro, have you seen?
Emphasis on the hard.
You remember that movie Black Snake Moan?
No, I never watched it.
Bro, it seemed like you say what now?
Sounded suspect. Never watched it.
Well, no. It's the Samuel L. Jackson movie with Christina Ricci, I think her name is. But it seemed like the woman had an addiction to just having sex. You know. That could have been it, but long story short, I'm not going to slide past this post that Talena put up there, this comment Talena put up there, and not address it. I have a why is double standard only brought in and out of place when it's beneficial to the woman?
You are getting too deep. I have not finished yet,
bruh. You're gonna have to take that into another room.
Bro, no, because I want every man on here and every woman listening that any man out here usually has to beg.
Usually.
You have to start her face up like a lawnmower.
Bruh.
Half of us don't even shave our testicles. If your plate is clean, she wants to lick you dry. She jumps through your window to give you fellatio. Are we thinking straight right here? Or are we bullshitting? You cannot identify with anybody else other than a mutant. Okay?
Are you finished?
No, I'm damn sure not. Because if I get involuntary head, it's going to be the best thing I've ever had in my life.
All right, so if a woman sneaks into your house, you don't know if she got. Now, this is just general. You don't know if she got any types of diseases. You don't know none of that.
Does she know him?
You say what now?
Now I got to question you. Does she know him? He was courting her.
Now that changes everything. But I'm just saying, what?
Just to suck his I'm with it.
No, because I'm not talking about me. I know y'all know how I would react. You act like we all not on the same
Everybody
page.
Coming. We all coming together.
But like I said, that's not all right, Bob. Please don't say that again.
Me and the woman, fool.
Coming in,
bro. Don't say that. Jesus don't ever say that again. But like, no, like I said, I have one. Maybe I am going a little. Maybe I am going too deep and keep y'all minds out together, please. Maybe, but maybe it's just my nature because I look at the real.
And I'm sorry
issue
for the R word, ladies. I want to be taken advantage of.
I look at the real issue at hand, And that's that. And yes, it's the double standard, patience, because I'm sick of women who use that as a trump card whenever they need it to be beneficial. If you're going to use it all the time.
Now, quick, I'm going to give you this credit. Now. If we're going to get deep on this, but for right now, we're just talking about head, bro. But after once you start talking about it and you look at it, that can be used as an excuse to be in a man's house, which he really doesn't want you there. It could have been the search for film him, kill him at the most, right? I get that. But if there's any way that I want to die, it's with my dick in a woman's mouth. Shoot the whole tonsils up. I ain't calling shit. Use your teeth too. Fuck it, I'm free.
What Telena just say?
I'm gonna say this. It's only sexual assault in a bad if it's unwanted. Like I'm with Mo. Like climbing my window to suck me. That means you really find interest in me.
Oh my God.
But I get that. But I'm just saying, in the case if it was unwanted, that's my
apparently it was unwanted. He called the police.
The boy been eating his watermelon, bro. He been eating his pineapples and his watermelon, and she love the taste. Okay,
Telena, stop starting something. I saw that last comment. Stop it. Anyways. But like I said, I'm just saying, in the case that it was unwanted, we can only assume because the woman's arrested. We know what we would do. We know what the average man would do. But if it's unwanted, that means there was no consent. And if there was no consent and it was unwanted, charges get pressed, right? Same way a woman would do to a man. Correct? Yes or no?
Yeah, I wouldn't want no random dude's mouth on my stuff. So yeah.
No, listen.
But if that did happen,
we're not going to compare a woman's vagina to an erect penis like we have, bro. We get morning wood random.
I'm not comparing, bro.
She was craving the wood. Some women are fucking like they're carpenter ants. They want the wood.
So it's
in their mouth.
He's right.
It's just fair to say so basically just going by how this conversation is going. Apparently, I'm the only one that care. According to everybody else in the world, if a man screams sexual assault, everybody laugh at him. It's a shame.
No.
It's a shame.
No.
It's a shame.
No. Because I know someone who was, and he's a paraplegic. A quadriplegic.
What?
Actually. Yeah.
Oh, I'm listening now. This is about to get dope.
Oh my gosh, I can't stand this.
Let's go. Go.
The girl was, they was in the house. I guess it was a party or whatever. He was in the room, and she went in the room, closed the door, and fucked him, and left.
I'll be right back. Excuse me. I think I need some prop.
Oh Lord. Anyway, but yeah,
if he come back with that dang wig on, I'm done, yo.
Hey, look, I ain't even gonna lie. I think the light skinned leader needs to come.
Oh my God,
sure the leader coming. But anyway, when I heard about that, I can understand why. Especially if you can violate a man, and it doesn't have to be with a thumb up the ass. If he does not want to have sex, he doesn't want to have sex. No.
All right, so a little background of her. This charge is actually a little old. You feel me? Like she says she beat the charge because she's a nympho. You feel me? So, and she actually has paperwork stating that she is a nympho.
Oh, okay. So it is a black state. So is it basically like she got off on temporary insanity type stuff?
Something like that. But
this is a perfect. Now, granted, would a man get off like that? Off on the case?
Hell no. Hell no.
That's my whole. He got the.
Oh, the founder naked. He feeling himself tonight.
Put on the dang Rick James.
Right. So, as the founder, hold on, I gotta put my headphones on. G.I. Mo my nephew, he's such an asshole. Hold on real quick, y'all. Let me turn the camera off because I don't want
Hey,
to like quick
Becca.
Becca.
So the whole time my guest just got back in the back, and I know she just walked in on some wild ass
She
shit.
walked in on the weirdest.
I just want to say, hey, look, welcome to the No Filter Show early.
we have a guest.
Yeah. But
Oh, the founder is here for the guest.
Okay,
Lord.
well, I tell you what, as the founder of the Light Skin Coalition, I will digress and I will be back later.
Nah, we need you for this interview. Stick around for a
little bit.
You
want me to be for the interview?
Yeah, let's stick around for a bit. Let's have some fun.
All right, well, Lord. Well, allow me to do the introduction here. Ladies and gentlemen, who we have joining us today is a multi-talented individual. She is an actress.
Hey, Zayna.
She is a professional choreographer. She is also what they call a lash tech. She'll be talking about all that type of stuff very, very soon once we bring her on here. I would like to introduce to y'all Kenya Reed, a.k.a. Honey Michelle. Welcome her to the No Filter Show. What's good?
Hello, everyone. Nice meeting everybody. What's good?
Hi.
What's poppin'?
What's good?
Hey, what's happening?
Man.
Long time no see.
I know, right? I know.
Well, thank you for coming on. Firstly, now, granted, do you prefer us just to call you Honey?
You can call me Honey. That's totally fine. But thank you for having me, for the opportunity. Thank you so much, man. I send much respect to you for this and for the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? For those who know me, of course, my name is Kenya, a.k.a. Honey Michelle, represent Austin, North Carolina, Old Town Stand Up. You already know what time it is. It's your girl. I'm already here.
Well, we already know how this one's going to go.
I was born in Greensboro. So,
oh,
yeah, Tar Heel.
Oh Lord, I just left Greensboro. I just left there.
Oh shucks.
Now, G.I.M.O., please tell her that our seafood is better.
No, I'm sorry.
No, we're not gonna do that because we get now. See, you're talking to me as if I am G.I.M.O. This is the founder of the Light Skin Coalition, and she seems to have a good hue. And we're trying to recruit you, Honey Michelle.
She's darker than me.
She's darker than you.
Yes, she's darker than me.
Well, Jesus Christ.
That's just what? She got good lighting, bro. It's
lighting. Hold on, honey, real quick. I gotta attack this nigger up here. We gotta see your nipples to prove it.
Oh
bro, I don't do that for free. Y'all gotta get at my OnlyFans to
Not
see that.
Your nipples.
That's $4.99 this month on a discount. Get at me.
Are you cheap?
Yeah, tonight, today, look, it's going into the summertime, and I need some extra cash. So yeah.
All right.
But I am the founder of the Light Skin Coalition, so everybody carry on.
Well, firstly, before we go left, what's going on? Before we go to left, Miss Michelle, can you please tell everybody who you are? Like, who exactly is Honey Michelle?
All right, Honey Michelle is an actress for this series called Unpaid Rose. My first question is, have I even watched it? Have you tuned in? Have you watched it? Are you in season 2 already? You're in season 2 already?
No, ma'am, but I shall go and watch it.
Definitely.
Yeah, they loafing. Yeah.
Definitely check it out. It is on YouTube. It is called Unpaved Rose, and it's UNPAVED Rose, followed by 401 Films and Media. So it's just pretty much Honey Michelle is a character that is pretty much based on a love story. She gets caught up in a love story triangle between two guys. Pretty much her baby daddy goes off to prison. He pretty much tells her it's best that they go their separate ways. In the midst of her being distraught, she falls in love with another man. So the man that she initially falls in love with, his name is Lamar. And then Lamar said it's best we go two ways, and she falls in love with a man named Trey. Come to find out, Trey is Lamar's brother. We do not know that they were brothers until later into the series. In the midst of that, there is a baby. Her name is Heaven. So now we in a love triangle trying to figure out now who is the baby daddy.
Somebody better call Maury.
And so I do want to give shouts out real quick out to the team, to Unpaid Roles. Man, much love and respect to everybody for the production, for all that we have been doing to run series. We run on year 2. So we have been running for 2 years. But pretty much it's a love triangle story. You have Lamar parents who are considered Sherry and Ben Solomon. They have a love story from high school, which pretty much brought the love story for me and Lamar. We fell in love very young. That's how the story starts. So it builds from that. So this is how Honey Michelle becomes into the fold of it. So you have a love triangle. I have a father. They call him Bishop. He was into the streets, which introduces Cherry's husband, who is named Ben Solomon. So he's in the streets. I have a mother. She passed away. I have a sister. It's so many loops and turns into this story. But
just like The Wire.
Yeah, you have to
like
watch
The Wire. Sound like The Wire.
You have to watch it.
And it is, and I actually watched the show. The show is fire, and it is just like The Wire. So much going on in there.
Yeah,
now, granted, your character, his name is Honey Michelle, and you also go by that name. So, what made you take on that persona? Did you identify with the character that much?
Pretty much, I kind of did. I went into Honey Michelle, man. That character just grew on me, and at first it was just me just doing the acting portion, because prior to this, I never acted before. And so I was doing it, and I started falling in love into the name. And I just wore the name, like, and it just became part of me, and I love it. Like, I love Honey Michelle, in spite of the love story, that the triangle that it is. But I actually grew into the love story, and I love it. Like, I'm Honey Michelle, and I'm sorry. Like,
how much of it is you? You got any love triangles out there right now?
There's no love triangles, no love triangles, no love triangles.
Or is it an octagon? What you got going on or something?
No love triangles, no love triangles. Honey gives love to everybody.
All right, see, I don't like that look you giving her, Mo. What you need to ask her?
I don't even ask that.
Now, hey, listen, I am judging by her face. She is too happy. Nowadays it takes a love triangle to make people smile like that. Look at her. Look at her.
No love triangle.
She uses a special lotion just for the love triangle.
What kind of lotion is that?
I'm just Honey Michelle. That's all it is.
Slick with.
All right. So I got a question.
What's up?
So you said this was your first acting role, right?
Correct.
So how did you prepare? Like, what did you go back and study certain actresses, you know what I'm saying, that fit that role? Or, you know what I'm saying, did you just tap into personal experiences? Like, how did you become that person?
I didn't, honestly. The crazy thing is how it was presented to me. It kind of was, so the director, his name is Rufus Long. Shout out to Rufus. He is the full director of 401 Films and Unpaid Roles. Shout out to him as well. He came to me at the time. He was, so in the series itself, Honey is a dance coach, which is what I am in reality. Like, I'm a dance coach. I love to teach kids. That is my passion. That's what I love to do. So it was more me teaching kids, and at the time I was dancing. Rufus at the time was trying to get his production film off the ground and get everything up and running. And so he came up with it was with Rufus. Shout out to Pierre Hunt and Khadijah Hicks. They are the writers of the whole series. They came up with this whole story and they presented it. So when I came onto the scene, I only knew Rufus. I did not know the production team. When it came to me, it was more so of Rufus knew I was dancing. The Honey was a dance coach, and he was trying to get his production team off the ground. So he was like, "Hey, I have a small series I want to do and shoot Are you open? I was open to the production. I was open to do it, and that's kind of how I started. And I went in, and as the production started rolling, of course, I had to tap into feelings a little bit more because certain parts was actually my life to a degree. And so I had to I actually put on like that was me in that moment all over again. But no, I didn't read on anything or anybody at the time. I just went into it, and he would tell me, like, if we were shooting, he'll be like, honey, that's not it. Do it again. You're not, I need a little bit more. Like, you're giving me bare minimum. And that's kind of pretty much how it was starting to roll out.
Let me ask you something about the role.
Okay.
What is it exactly that you had to tap into from your past, since nobody knows your past?
Woo.
And it
Let's go.
real.
You thought I was all jokes, didn't you? Oh, it's time. It's time. Let's go.
Let's see how I want to put this, because I gotta be real careful because we live. I gotta be careful.
Think about it.
What do you have to think about? It's either you or it ain't. That's right.
See, you already about to be trouble in this. I can see it already. There were certain scenes, like when there was a scene or episode when I was sitting on the couch and Lamar was actually trying to come from the streets. He was trying to actually build his family back up, but he was still into the streets. So I had to tap into that scene a little bit because I was in a place where I wanted a family at a certain period of time of my life, like to work and to make it work. And I had to tap into her. Like, I was like, you know, if you watch, I think it's episode 3, maybe episode 4, but I think it's episode 3 when he's leaving like consistently. And I'm like, what are you leaving for now? You just got home. Like, we just, you know, me and your daughter haven't just got here. Why are you leaving? What's up? What are you doing? And it's just like, I'm gonna be right back. I'm trying to fix this. I'll be right back. And it's just like, really? So it's just, I had to kind of tap into that area. Like, that's when it was Kenya. It wasn't Honey.
So some men just need a little bit of 7-Eleven. Sometimes you just need to go there and get some Frito chips and put some chili and cheese in it.
He wasn't going to 7-Eleven to get no Cheetos.
So listen, so whole time, right? It's a whole time. When you tapped into that spirit, right? And you mentioned just leaving for like a few minutes or whatever, right? What about your life that the women on this panel, we only have one right now, but all the women that are listening, what is it that you tapped into? Was it anger, bitterness? What is it that you harnessed to make you into, you know, like, you know, to go full force, right?
I would say at that point it was a little bit hurt. A little bit hurt and disappointment. I will at least say that it was a little bit hurt and disappointment from the letdown. So it was just more so me trying to make it work, and because it's like it's not making sense. Like, you're doing this, your actions is showing me this, but you're doing something totally different. And so with the hurt and the disappointment, it's kind of like that's what it was, and that's what was starting to come out. So different things was Kenya, different seasons, different things. I'll say that it was just like, oh, this is Kenya, this is not Honey.
Okay.
So bouncing off of what Mo asked you, were you able, because you basically had to relive that experience in a way, did reliving it help you deal with it and get over it and let it go?
I will say this, I was past it, I was been over it, but it was able to be in that scene to relive the moment, to make it real. So I was able to relive it in that moment to make it come across to the audience that this is the real moment. Even going into episode, I believe 4, you know, trying to make it work with Lamar, but I have Trey on the other end who's like, I'm not trying to let you go. I was like, oh, this is real. This is real. A lot of it was my personal life to a degree.
That's dope.
A lot of it, not to a certain extent, that I don't want nobody to think that I was dealing with no 2 being
Yeah, you were.
So no triangles, right?
God damn it.
No shapes.
He said it wasn't a triangle, it was a square, damn it.
At least it wasn't a circle.
What the fuck is a circle?
Hey, ask somebody. I don't know. Ask somebody. I don't know. I thought we were naming shapes at this point.
And pray for that.
I think my man Rock had something to say though.
What's up, Rock?
Yeah, y'all started talking about circles. I was about to tell y'all some wild shit that I discovered. We'll talk about that shit later. But my question to you is, all right, so if you could put yourself in a scene with 3 actors or actresses, who would it be? And what genre of film would it be?
Ooh, that's a hard question. I have a twofold answer to that. Like a piece of me want to do. Have you seen the? I guess it's a movie, a mini movie, because it's broken to mini series. Have you seen the movie True to the Game?
Sounds familiar.
True to the Game. So it's like True to the Game 1, 2. It's like 3 of them out. I don't know her name. I know in the series who she plays is Gina Rollins.
Is that a Silk White Productions?
You asking questions I don't even know.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
I'm not sure. So if I was do the acting portion of it, it was a love. Is it on Tubi? I don't think it's on Tubi. I know it's on Philo, but I don't know if it's on Tubi. I just seen a comment come up. But I love the fact it was a love story. It was pretty much built on that she was pretty much trying to lead the streets alone herself. Like she was, dealing with dope dealers in the streets, and she was trying to leave the streets alone and live a life and be a journalist. But she ran across and fell in love with somebody who was trying to leave the streets as well. But due to the series, he ended up, of course, dying and things in it. But she fell in love head over heels for this man. I would love to do certain things. And I would say to that degree, but I loved how that was, like that scene, the movie was. I would love to do that. I would actually love to do animation. I've actually loved to do that as well.
That's cool.
I want to do that. Recently, I was speaking to Keon before we actually left our old job. That would be something I would be actually interested into as well. So I would say a little bit more. I like action movies. I'm big into that. Love, yeah, I'll do it. But I do like animation as well. The 3 people I will work with. That's kind of tough, man. Taraji P. Henson will be one.
Mm-hmm.
2 other people that I will work with. Oh man, this is kind of tight. Because I would love to work with a lot of people. What's old girl that's the comedian?
Wanda
Tiffany
Sykes.
Haddish. Who?
You said Wanda Sykes. You don't know who Wanda Sykes is?
Yes. Tiffany Haddish will be one for comedian.
Okay.
I will actually do comedian as well. And let's see somebody else that I would love to work with. Oh man, this is tough. So okay.
Just one more. Give us one more.
I like Brandy. I don't know her real name. I think her name is Mercedes. Her real name is Brandy, but her name is Mercedes in P Valley. I would love to work with Brandy.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Now, we asked you the simple question of who you would like to work with, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did anybody hear any males that she would like to work with?
Yeah, I thought you was trying to figure out a male name.
Now let's go. You got 3. You got 3 males that you got to work with.
3 males. Oh man.
3 males.
She gonna say John Cena,
and they better be all light skinned too. It better be all light skinned, motherfucker.
She gonna say John Legend.
Maria's Tate will be one.
Okay. Of course.
He borderline light skinned. Okay. All right.
Jason, bro, he is light skinned. That's Jason.
I would pick.
Lorenz is not light skinned.
Yeah, he is.
Who are the two people I would do? Reinstate. I would say more of like the older heads, like Tyrese is a great actor. Like even watching Fast and Furious, he's a great actress. I love when
Yeah, he is an actress. He's not exactly an actor. He's an actress.
I want my son.
Oh, what more do you want from me?
Oh,
where is my son? He's back.
All right, you got one more. You got one more actor that you can talk about.
This is so hard because I like a lot of actors.
You only got 3. You are about to die. You are about to die.
Put it this way. You're in a movie. Who would you? Who's somebody else who you'd like to play opposite of? If it was just you and him in the scene,
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna pick Bernie Mac because Bernie Mac is funny.
Bernie Mac is hilarious.
I'll pick Bernie Mac.
I'm just saying.
My God, you are the best.
That'd be fine. I would pay to see you and Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac, that would be
that'd be hilarious.
I actually am taken back.
I don't give no Honey Michelle. You want Honey, go to a beehive. You ain't no damn Honey.
So back on your range, like listening to like the people that you would like to act with, and Bernie Mac, being your last pick, right? Do you want to do more comedic acting than you want to take more serious? Like, do you always want to be in that mode, or do you want to be more comedic?
I think it's a mixture of both. I like the both. I like the mixture of both. I like to be serious at times, and I like the comedian because I'm a vibrant live person. I feel like I've always been the life of the party. So I think for me, it's both. I would have to say if it's a 50-50, I would do both.
Vibrant, man, she all right.
Yeah, I gotta pull that. I gotta have that action, and then I gotta have that comedian love in the midst a little bit. But I love a little action. Like I've been wanting to be like a shooter. I don't know why. I just be wanting to do that. I don't.
Oh, she wanna be a thug.
You should have volunteered for the military level. That's all I'm gonna tell you. And I've seen women in the military don't ever volunteer. No. You don't want them hell of bullets. You ain't about that life. You ain't about that life.
I ain't finna look. Shout out to the ones who do. Shout out to the vets.
Now question. Now, yes, we know you're an actress, but once again, you got your hands in a whole bunch of other pots. You are a choreographer as well. So, question, how long have you been doing that? How long have you been a dancer? You know, before I taught you all those fly moves and all that stuff. How long have you been dancing before then?
Okay, quick, really. You know what? Let me say this real quick. For those who do not know, K-Quick is an artist. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Old Tam. If you do not already know, look him up. He already own. You could Google it. His music, K-Quick. You already know what time it is. He already out there. You know what I'm saying? You see what the back look like. You know what I'm saying? I do got to give the shout outs where the shout outs is due. Now, as far as dancing, I have been dancing since I was little. I started at tap and ballet. I took some years off. I didn't start getting back into it until like 2017. I did have the opportunity to do to be an assistant coach back home to a team called Queen of Diamonds. Shout out to QOD back home, Henderson, North Carolina. Y'all stand up 252-919. You already know what time it is. So shouts out to them. I was their assistant coach back home for a small period of time because they were doing like hip hop majorette style dancing competition, and that's what I love to do. I had kind of got into that with them for a little while, and then I transitioned from North Carolina, which I now reside into Maryland. So I'm trying to get back into it. Hopefully we'll get everything up back and running pretty soon. So I've been actually asked recently at my job. This woman wants me to actually come and teach her her summer program So we hopefully we'll see how that will actually turn out.
Is there any way that you can describe your calf muscles? That's the only way we're gonna know if you're
I got a story.
Do you have calf muscles?
Deucey got calf muscles.
Don't tell that story.
Catch her on the right day, she'll whip them calves right on out for you. Shoot, she can kick a brick out of. She can kick a brick out of wall. I tell you.
Do not tell that story on this.
I'm not.
Yes, I used to run track, so unfortunately.
And you fast? Yeah. Oh hell no, yeah, nah. That's too many threats.
That's until she raised it.
And I used to run hurdles.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'2".
What? Oh, yeah. You got a high butt. Your butt sit up on your shoulders. That's the only way you jumping. No, that's the only way you leaping over the. No, hell no, hell no. I know them. I know women like you, 5'2", and the butt is by the chin. Your butt by the chin.
I'm very small. I really am. No lies. I'm very small.
You know what? So take us through your journey. So between sports, between formal training for dancing, if it was formal, how did you find your focus? What got you to this point right now? To meet a person like K-Quick, to meet, I'm
gonna be totally honest. I went out to school back in 2007. I went to North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University. And
shout outs to Greensboro. One more again.
What time is this? I went to A&T, and when I went to school, I was just focused on being a business major. I should have actually changed my major to dance, and I didn't. I was just so focused on just trying to graduate with my business major. But I love to dance from high school up. I was in, of course, track. I was in cheerleading. I was on the step team. I was all a part of it. And so I left school in years past, finally graduated waltz. And when I was in Greensboro, maybe around 2017, 18, there was a small team. Well, I won't say small team. I'm not saying that. There was a team at UNCG, well, collabing with UNCG called, Lord, I done lost their name that fast. Collab. I'm so sorry, y'all. And their dance was called Collab. They was dancing for UNCG. Mind you, everybody was a part of Collab were way older than me. Way younger than me. I was way older than them. I'm talking about like I'm 28, 29, dancing with them. These babies that are 21, 22, so that kind of opened me back to the dancing scene. In the midst of that, I still was dancing. I was dancing with my church at the time still. And in the midst of all of that, one of our teachers in one of the seasons for one of our one of the years, not one of the years, every year, Mount Zion does a thing called Black Nativity. And so they had a dancer actually come in and train us and teach us certain things. And his name was, I called him Jerome, but he actually came in. He was teaching us dance at the time with certain choreography for the production, and I linked up with him. And when I started linking up with him, he had already went to school for dance, so I kind of went like it's like he kind of took me under a little bit, when I could get in for practice and techniques and things of that nature. So I went up under him, and when I went under him, I kind of like started back getting into it. And so I fell in love with Major Ed. I fell in love with the team, the whole concept, all of it. And one day we was doing techniques. And then that's when he was just like, yo, like that's your niche. Like you have finally found your niche. Cause it's like, sometimes you're just trying to find, cause everybody can do something totally different. Like some people can do taps, some people can do ballet, some people can do this. Certain things I couldn't tap into, but when I actually tapped into Major Ray, that's when he was like, you found your niche. And so that's kind of how I got into it, and I fell in love with it. So ever since then, when Unpaid Roles came across the table, I jumped straight on it.
That's dope.
I know that's right.
So what do you think about the state of the culture right now as far as dancing is concerned and twerking? Is it a
Here
lost
we go.
art form? Is it a lost art form for a person like you that went through all the trenches to feel that expression, right? And then all of a sudden it just seems thoughtless and just one note, right? It's just one note. It's butt cheeks and heels. How do you feel about that?
Oh my God.
I have different feelings about it. Let me try to say this in the best way because I know some people are watching. Dance is art. That's just say that dance is art. There are different forms of dancing. Like if I say I'm a dancer, I have to be specific in what I do with dancing. Because if I say I'm a dancer, 9 times out of 10, they be like, "What type of dance you do?" And I'll be like, "Really?" Like that's typically the first response that I get. There are different forms of dancing. Now, with that being said, some people use the technique for certain things that they're trying to build upon. Like for me, I was taking heel classes, but it was a method behind what I was doing because it became due to technique to help me become more flexible and more open, more comfortable when it came to me teaching. Some people
What is
use
a
it.
heel technique? Explain that. Go into depth of what a heel technique is. This is new to me.
So meaning dancing in actually heels, like able to dance, whether it's to whatever extreme in heels. I mean, you got strippers in heels, regular backup dancers in heels. When you got an artist going, like you have to have good technique to do it because everybody can't dance in heels. Like it takes technique and it takes time. And I'm still working on my technique, and it's still taking time with me. But it's a method behind it. Now, when it comes to twerking, I know that some people may feel like, with new generation, old generation, it's too much. You shouldn't be doing it. You shouldn't be exposing yourself and things of that nature. I feel like this, and this is just me, and I could be totally wrong, but my thing is this, and I know everybody may believe what they believe, but for me, long as God is first, and you are doing what it is that you're passionate about, and you know what your goal is and what you're trying to accomplish, then who is there anybody to judge what you're trying to do? I've had people to judge me from dancing. I've had people to look at me and be like, why are you dancing in heels? Or why are you doing that particular dance? No one knew what I was working towards. They only seen what they thought that they knew.
So this is the part where it gets complex because we have associations from my distant cousins over in Africa. We have Mapuka, we have different art forms, right?
Okay.
Twerking is not necessarily just, it's what we came up with here in America.
Right.
So when you are in these movements and you are feeling a spirit, it sounds like you've done interpretive dance for the church. You know what I mean? All the above, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any regret in how you move in comparison to how you feel? Because it sounds, I'm listening. I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead. I'm just saying, no, I don't.
Okay. Because it sounds like when people, it's just like, it's kind of like boxing. Everything is an art, right? It's all a dance, right? Correct?
Right.
But do you feel like when you're dancing that you were in a trance, like you're doing it just for you? It's just something that you can't resist. Or do you feel like eyes are watching and you have to appeal to the eyes?
Initially it was, then I got out of that. Initially it was, but I got out of that because I could no longer focus on what nobody else thought because I knew I had a goal. And I still have a goal to get to. So I had to take myself based off of what everybody thought I should have been doing. Everybody could think I should be doing this. Or everybody could think I should be doing that, but nobody knows the conversations I have by myself. Nobody knows the goals nobody knows that. So do I regret it? Absolutely not. I do not take it back because everything that I done has taught me up until this point. I've worked with people back from UNCG where we've actually, one girl, these people that was coming from collab were getting it. And here I am, 28, trying to keep up with the 21-year-olds. And it was a situation like one opportunity came across my table where it was like, hey, can you, like, we about to shoot a video. Are you open to it? Why not? This is more exposure for me. You know, so why not? Why would I not do it? Why would I not? And I get some people like you have to be mindful of the things that you do. And I get that to a degree. But if I'm whatever I decide to do, 9 times out of 10, I have peace about what I'm about to do. I don't need nobody else to give me peace about what I'm about to do. Like, no, I got peace what I'm about to do. Now, if it's something that I don't feel comfortable doing that's too far, that doesn't mean with the twerking, I'm not gonna say like, oh my God, I'm like, no, that's but they decide to, they're comfortable doing what they're doing because there's an art behind why they're doing it. So for me, I was comfortable in what I was doing. I take nothing back with no regrets when it comes to me dancing. Absolutely not. Shoot, go to the party. I'm been there dancing the whole night.
So I have a question for you. My bad. I got a quick question
ahead.
for you. So you like to act and you like dancing, right? Is there a musical in your future?
So dancing is my passion. Acting was a hobby because it just came across the table. Like, hey, because of production with Unpaid Roads, it was a hobby. Just something I was doing on the side. And somebody decides to buy Unpaid, pick Unpaid, like, and I turn to an actress. It's okay, like, okay, God, do you? I'm just standing in position ready. And I'm gonna be ready to go. But as far as music wise, okay, quick. Let me pause him because let me tell you something. So, hey, quick. We were just doing this at work. I'm not an artist. I don't sing. I don't rap. I don't do none of that. But when me and K Quick was at work, I would joke with him all the time. Of course, to make time go by, we just fooling around, whatever. So one day I came to him and I was like, yo, it's this beat in my head. I can't get it out. And he was like, what's the beat? And it's that song Uchi Wally Wally by Nas. But I couldn't get the beat out of my head. And I was like, yo, I want to put a verse down. I don't know why. Just started playing around with it. But no, I'm not an artist. I don't rap. I don't do nothing. But I did write 16 bars. But it might be a little bit more than 16 bars.
It was like 20 something. And it was all right, though. It was all right. I'm not gonna hold you.
He like dropped. I was like, yo, it's out there. He wants me to drop it eventually. But eventually I'm going to drop it. I've got done with the first half. I'm working on the second half, but I'm gonna drop it one day. But I was just fooling around. It's nothing that I'm passionate or that I'm about, like really serious. No, but
you want to know something? Because you know who Waka Flocka is, right?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who Waka is.
You know his song, Oh Let's Do It, and he was just joking around with that. He had no faith in that song, and it just blew up. No faith at all. He was in there, his man's just had him behind in the studio. He was joking around, and then it got out somehow and blew up. Just to tell you that.
He be trying to make me be I'm like, listen, this is just
I'm baiting you in. You're gonna get behind him, Mike.
Yo, listen, the whole artist on Bone. Look, congratulations. Shots out to you, bruh. Shots out, homie. It's nothing but respect in that right there.
Thank you.
Shots out. I'm trying to get like you. I can't do it though, but I'm gonna get it.
So, honey, I think that I'm gonna introduce you again to the actual founder of the Light Skin Coalition.
And y'all got the same hair. Ain't this some?
Miss Honey Michelle.
Yeah.
I am the founder, but we as the people of the Light Skin Coalition would like to write you in. Okay, we would like to pencil you in because we are trying to trade Kamala Harris's punk ass for you. Would you mind being part of the Light Skin Coalition? We are recruiting currently.
Oh my God.
I'm not even light skinned.
You're an honorary member.
Well, you are scaring the hell out of people, and we do recruit people that aren't necessarily light skinned in hue, but they're light skinned in actions. Okay,
He's
it's
basically trying to say you got a light skinned heart. He's saying
yes. See, you dance, you do Negro spirituals. You sound like you've been working your ass off.
I'm trying.
Right? You don't have a butt, do you? Tell me you ain't got no ass. If you ain't got no ass, then we definitely want you on our team.
I ain't got one. I mean, little booties matter. I ain't got no big dong.
We love little booties matter. I am starting up another chapter.
Hold on. She has to pass the test first.
I'm not standing up. I'm not
No.
Oh, see, hold on. Why you got to jump to conclusions? That ain't what he about to ask you.
Because this is the No Filter Show. You never know. You have to answer this question, and based on how you answer is if you get in or not. You ready? Too bad. Do you like John Legend?
I like certain songs.
Oh my Jesus. Now listen, that was my right-hand man that was talking to you. He was Sergeant at Arms. But what we're not going to do, no. Hold up. Because what we're not going to do is that we have almost assassinated that son of a bitch because he howls at the moon. That is a non-singing, light-skinned, supposed sexiest man alive. I, as the founder, am the sexiest man alive. You understand me? So yeah, John Legend will not be mentioned again, sir. And I'm sorry, honey. This is not something that I wanted to bring up. He brought it up. Okay. So
I don't listen to him like that. I only sorry.
Then you know what? We have moved you forward. Okay. We have moved you forward. You may be supposedly caramel. What color do you think you are? Because the lighting that you have is very different than what I've seen.
Yo.
Yeah,
I can't stand this.
I'm not light skinned. Keon really is lighter than me. Like I'm trying to see. I'm really calm. I'm dark.
I tell you what,
she got those LED lights shining on her. That's why she's glistening right now because of the radiation from those Home Depot specials.
So, honey, and I love your name because I love calling beautiful future light-skinned women honey, okay? Now listen, this is what's gonna happen, okay? There's only one judgment that we have, and we gotta look at your feet, okay? Now everybody's dark and caramel till we see them feet. And you being a dancer, them feet are definitely light-skinned.
I am not about to show my feet on this camera.
She ain't visit the salon yet, yo. She ain't visit the nail tech just yet.
Ain't nothing wrong with my feet, but I'm not being shown on this camera, yo.
All
right, so question. Speaking of your feet, on a scale of 1 to 10, after them heel techniques, how bad do those dogs be howling?
8.
Man, what the fuck kind of question was that, man? Hey, listen, we're not here.
I'm curious, yo, because apparently he want to see your feet. You say you be running around dancing in the heels and such. I was just curious. Let's shoot. But also, last thing, because you're a dad. Shut up. Anyways,
you already know.
Shut up, and shut up again. So, anyways, you're an actress, you're a choreographer, but you also have another business. So for those who don't, all right, fine, my bad, excuse me, 2 other businesses. So why don't you give us a brief explanation about the other stuff you're doing? If they need to hit you up for that in your area, how can they get to you?
So I'm in Prince George County. I'm also a lash esthetician. So I do lashes as well. And I'm actually also a part-time bartender. So I do both. So anybody needs me for weddings, events. You want me to come slide through for the cookout? And you need some drinks made for the cookout. That's what it is. But honestly, I'm working on some stuff with my bartending as well. I've been actually doing it part time, trying to get some things up and running by next year with my bartending. There's some things I'm actually been trying to work on. I want to get done with that as well. So hopefully we can start working this 9 to 5. And both of my business can profit me where I can leave my 9 to 5. So actually just an esthetician on the side. If you are on Instagram, my name on Instagram is Chosen One. And my lash business is called Flossie Luxury Lashes. And it's FLOSSIE Luxury Lashes if you're there to schedule an appointment. But yes, I'm a bartender and an esthetician on the side.
We definitely appreciate you coming. Yeah. And you have actually ended. You are the first guest that ended with their tags on all social media. Let me hold on real quick. Quick.
And also, next challenge will be G.I. Mo going to her to get some lashes put in.
I was thinking
definitely. You know, then he can go to those coalition meetings styling.
But you want to know what, quick? Since you volunteered, Mo, you should go with him.
I will just be the one holding the camera. I'll do that. I will do that. I will hold the camera because he can't film himself while he getting lashes put on. So I will definitely be there to get the zoom in. I got the good lens and all that kind of stuff. You know, Channel 86 films. So yeah, I got you.
I don't know.
All right. So since we're going to go there before we let this beautiful young lady go, where do eyelashes come from?
That is a good question.
How I got into it?
No. Where did
they literally come from?
Do they come off of other people and they recycle them?
Like butt hairs, under armpits.
Whoa, them some curly lashes.
No, they just gonna say.
I don't think.
Are you?
I think it's regular.
But are you sure?
Hair. I think it's regular human hair.
So they take the hair from there and put them there.
Mink lashes. Listen, I just ordered the human mink lashes and they come to me. That's what I do.
So what part of the mink's body does it come from? Because you know they got hair everywhere.
Don't answer, please. Don't answer. You're falling for the trap.
You're digging yourself into a hole.
You're gonna fall into the trap, honey. You're falling into a trap. I'm letting you know right now.
You're going a little bit too far. A little bit too far. Okay.
I literally love your personality.
And for those, again, if you haven't already tuned in, please tune in, tap in. It is on YouTube. It is, again, it's Unpaid Rose. Again, shout out to the team. Shout out to Rufus. Shout out to the whole production. If you haven't already tuned in, please tune in. Please subscribe. Share it. It is Unpaid, and it's UNPAVED Rose. Again, outside of that, you will see me more. Definitely tune in. Again, on Instagram, it's The Chosen One. And it's The Chosen with a Z, the number 1. And it's Flossie Luxury Lashes. Other than that, again, 919-252 Oxford and Henderson. You already know we're in the bid of North Carolina. This is where it resides. It's Kenyon Reed, a.k.a.
Yeah. And everybody watching, make sure y'all stay posted on the No Filter Show page on Facebook. We will have all her links, including the link to the web series posted up there after the show.
Hey, look, I got to say this before you go. Look, you might as well be a rapper. You already got the ending down, the way you throw your social media, your shout outs and everything. I'm just saying, I just thought you was a rapper just now. I'm just saying. My bad.
Man, and I must say, you survived the gauntlet of my craziness, K-Quick. The Phoenix is always chill, so yeah, you survived the gauntlet. So yeah, congratulations to you. Wish you much success, and we definitely are going to be in contact with you because we do write short films. We do what we do. You hear me?
Hit me up. Let me know. I'm down for the calls. Hit me up, and it is nothing but up from here. I hope you, everyone who's been watching, I hope y'all have nothing but a phenomenal night, a phenomenal week. And much success to each and every one of you. Much love again, Honey Michelle. Love y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Everybody give it up for Honey Michelle.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is when the show just goes down from here.
Or does it?
Well, you know what? It was a beautiful day outside. Clear skies, clear night. think it's only one place we should be at, right?
Let's go outside.
Shall we?
Of course.
Somebody get the goddamn door.
Welcome to another rendition of Quick's Corner. Now, on that end, how's everybody doing? Well, first and foremost, you can consider this a two-parter. The first part of this will just be thoroughly informative. You know, because like I said, I do have ties overseas, and just to keep you posted on everything that's going on over there in the Ukraine. I haven't showed the footage publicly yet, but if you ask everybody on the team, I did post in our chat footage sent to me by a friend of mine over there where literally a bomb went off like 3 miles away from his house, and you saw the remnants of the smoke in the distance running up. It was very, very disturbing, but he's okay. As far as I'm concerned, nobody in that situation was injured. But as far as everything else that was, as far as some other news, there was another missile attack. I'm not sure if that particular incident that he informed me of was related, but there was a missile attack in the village of Desna. You know, so almost got that name wrong, but many people were actually pronounced dead. There was no direct number. This all happened on the 17th. So this was literally an occurrence that just occurred this week. There's the photos that I seen, there were huge craters the size of 3 SUVs a piece just in the ground. So yeah, so there's that, and then also apparently the U.S. is literally about to issue about $40 billion in aid to the Ukraine. It's said to be delivered to Biden, who currently just took a trip over to South Korea and is set to sign this bill delivering that 40 billion in aid to the Ukraine. That is all the updates that I currently have right now. But as I said before, and there's one more thing. There's also certain cities. There's certain cities that are also being blocked from evacuation. People are trying to actually evacuate, even though there are certain parts of the Ukraine that are slowly returning or trying to regain a sense of normality. There are certain parts where things have calmed down. The war is still going on over there, and then in cities where evacuation is trying to occur, they are being blocked by Russian forces, which is hectic. That's literally the information I got on that is very vague, but I'm pretty sure probably before the night is out, I will receive more information, and I will continue to keep you all posted as we go along. And that wraps up the first part of this corner. So the second part, I would like to talk about something that I personally struggle with, and it's kind of new to me because I recently kind of had to come to terms that I deal with this, and it's the thing I like to call anxiety. Now, basically, for those who do not know, in medical terms, anxiety is a feeling of worry, nervousness, unease, typically about an imminent event or something with an uncertain outcome. You know, something that's unknown, or also is defined as a desire to do something, typically accompanied by unease. Now, granted, that's basically the dictionary definition. This can be a mental disorder as well, and to the extent where anxiety attacks happen. And also, I have family. Actually, my brother suffers from this to the point where he actually has to take medication for it. I'm sure he doesn't mind me saying that because it's for information purposes, so he doesn't mind me saying that, and so on and so forth. But I will say I kind of always had an issue with anxiety, but it didn't really come to the forefront until I'd say 2019, when my grandfather had passed. My grandfather had passed, and I kind of didn't grieve correctly. Not that who knows what the correct way of grieving is, but I know for me, I did not grieve correctly because my grandmother was still here, God rest her soul as well. My main focus was I kind of stonewalled. I had to be strong for her, my mother, all that kind of good stuff. Did I cry? Yeah, but not a lot. I kind of shed a few tears when I went to their house and I saw them before they came and picked them up. That's about it. But anyways, the rest of it, stonewall. So granted, to move further along, how my grandfather passed, he was sick for a very long time, since he started getting sick when I was about 12. And he had at first he had dementia, which eventually became Alzheimer's. And just to watch somebody who was so strong, who you low-key feared because he was very, very old school, but loved him dearly, go from being a strong man to walking with a cane, to being pushed around in a wheelchair, to being completely bedridden on hospice, does something to you. And I didn't realize it affected me as much until after his passing. Now, like I said, I stonewalled after that whole situation, and until I was triggered. And when did the trigger? I was watching this show called Orange is the New Black, and at the end of the show, one of the main characters was diagnosed with dementia, which is what my grandfather had. Instant trigger. And I was just and a sense of worry came over me, like, I hope I don't get that, like, because I literally watched the entire process of what happened to him. It messed with me to the point where it literally messed with my head. Like, it would the only way I can describe it was like a mental glitch. Like, I would literally scrutinize everything I did, said, like, to the point where if I think I said something wrong, I'm thinking like, yo, what? Like, it just caused like some weird glitches in my mind, where to the point where I'm like, yo, I feel very weird. This is not like me. I need to get checked. I literally got a CAT scan on my brain done because of how messed up it had. Because literally anything involving that triggered me. And I still deal with it today because I still tend to, stuff like that still triggers me when it comes to certain things. And anxiety and a compulsive thought process over that one thing that I'm fixated on at the moment just causes a change in me. Now, granted, even my physician, because granted, when I got the CAT scan came back, when I got the CAT scan or whatever they did to me, it came back as 100% normal. Nothing was wrong with me. But long story short, they said it was just grief, and to their knowledge, it was grief and anxiety. And I just had to, and I've been dealing with that ever since. And I really, as much as I studied this kind of stuff, it hits different when it's happening to you. And I really don't know the proper way to deal with it because I'm still doing just that, dealing with it. So, does this happen to y'all? That's my main thing. Because like I said, as much as I know about anxiety and mental health, when it comes to you dealing with yours, the only thing you know is that you have it, but it's hard to really cope with it. So, have anybody out there in the panel and in the viewing audience have you guys ever, or do you still battle with anxiety? Do you guys ever have these types of issues? And I stop there.
So this is one of this is one of the subjects that really hit home for me. Last year, I lost the godmother to my child, my ex-girlfriend, right, in a fatal car accident. 2 people from Gwen Park died. And I got the news through social media, right? And my heart stopped. My heart, literally, my chest did a compression on me, like to where I could not breathe, right? And so after that, it was a fatal car accident. And after that happened, I became very paranoid about driving in high traffic areas, very aware of just like the loss of life that happened, right? To somebody who I didn't think was that important or that integral into my relationship with my daughter, my family. And today, I had a random anxiety attack. And it always feels like I'm losing my breath. I have been to the emergency room many of days to where I thought it was a heart attack. Just by the thought of the situation. It's weird because you say and you mention something that I think that we're all triggered by when it comes to anxiety is the fact of the demise of a human being. And it is so hard to get over. It is so hard to move forward. And it usually doesn't happen when you're around a person. I lost my father to liver cancer, and I saw his demise. I was right there. My daughter was right there. I walked down the stairs, 5 seconds, expired. But I went through the whole process of grieving while he was still breathing. I saw him deteriorate. I wonder if everybody shares that same feeling of the surprise or the shock of how a person goes, not having the answers, not seeing it, more so than when it's a tragic loss, So one of my triggers is always like the sudden death or being in a crowd of cars, getting the horn honked at me. Like it's so weird, bro. Like I get paranoid. I get really freaking paranoid. And at the age that I'm at 41, being a military veteran, dealing with death inside and out, this has never hit home more so than now because it was somebody that was young. So how do we what is how do you like I'm not trying to do no meds or no nothing like that, but like how do you how how do you like
Deal.
how do you deal with it? I like
So,
I'll be right back, y'all.
All right, so all right, this is heavy. So to answer your question is you take it day by day. as everybody know, I lost my mother 6 months ago. It's been a wild journey, and it's crazy because I just really realized that it's been like 6 months. You know what I'm saying? And so much happened in between that time. And quick, I feel you. You know, like being strong for the family, you got to be the solid one. You know what I'm saying? Like you holding everybody up, but at the same time, you forget about yourself. And it's the random moments where it just hits you. You know what I'm saying? Like my triggers is my mother was my best friend, and I talk to my mother every morning during my lunch, on the way home, and right before she went to sleep. So it went from just random calls to being a routine. And we all know that us as humans, we're creatures of habit. So we expect it. So I too watched my mother go downhill. And to see that the phone calls slowly stop to the point where she can no longer communicate, to the point where she can acknowledge me in the room, but she can't, to the point where her mental capacity is down, to the point where I'm sitting down with the doctors and they saying there's nothing that you can do. To I had to make that decision, you know what I'm saying, with just me, because I have siblings, but it was me. But for the family through the whole process, I spared people's feelings because we all were hurt. So, man. So there was things that was happening along. I bear with me. It was things that was happening along that time that wasn't right, but because of how my mother raised me, and I know she wanted me to keep the peace. I let a lot fly, but in return, it hurt me. So right now, present day, I'm in the point where I'm easily triggered. You feel me? I'm triggered when I'm speaking and I'm not being heard. I'm triggered when the ones that I love, I don't hear from them as often. You know, because right now, for all of us, and it's sad because all of us took a loss in the last past year or two. And it's crazy because I know for a fact if it wasn't for y'all talking to y'all every day, the conversation, the good morning posts, you feel me, in the chat, just hitting my line and saying what's good, I would have failed. You feel me? So my trigger is the absence of what I'm already missing. You feel me? Because when it's crazy when you go through it, people tend to fall back from you. You feel me? And you feel isolated. And it's sad because it's like you don't want to be like, hey, look at me, look, I need you, I need you, I need you, because you know everybody else feeling that shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's tough, man.
I mean, all I can say is, since I experienced it full blast, it never really goes away. It just goes into another pile. It just goes into another pile of the stuff I just got to deal with, mentally. Whether it's depression, falling in and out of that, there's a little extra something that I know is there that I just gotta cope with. But I'm still figuring this one out. you know, Still, it's something that's familiar, but it's different. Familiar but different. That's the only way I can. And and yeah,
Death is
is
something
as
you
as
don't
much
feel.
as a cop out as it sounds. as much as a cop out as it sounds, day by day is the only real way to take it because it's literally a day by day thing. It's a fluctuating, it's a pendulum, it's back and forth. I mean, there's really no other way to face it. You just I only say that now is because I'm still, like I said, even for me, someone who literally studied this down to the coining of the phrase. When it comes to coping with it, is a completely different monster. But I'm keeping them. That's all I can do. Keep on.
I think it's harder for you guys because, well, men in general, because y'all don't get that space. Y'all don't get that space, and like all y'all kind of said, y'all had to keep going and had to deal with this alone. And when you don't have that space to just grieve, when you don't have that space to figure out why, it just sits there. Um, this is something you just never figure out, and it hurts. And it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt, and it may never stop hurting. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Just like Zena said, opening up and being transparent because other men need to see this. Other men need to know that they are not alone. And we have a space as women, but sometimes we don't. I know since we've all been here, my dad, he died the day after my brother's birthday. And then my cousin, who was 43, died just out of nowhere. And that was just maybe 2 months later, 3 months later. But before that, I had deaths, in the family. And not in any of those times did I get a chance to just sit and grieve. Never. I've never had the chance. My father told me that my grandmother died at my son's first birthday party. He pulled me outside and told me and went in the house. So it's just, I never got I don't get the opportunity. My father-in-law, I watched him. It's like you guys, I watched him go from a happy dancing man to the cane, to going to the hospital, to being swollen with fluid. I watched this man take his last breath twice at the hospital. And talked to him and had to let him know that it was okay for him to go, But I never got the chance to grieve. But I have the space if I wanted to go talk about this. If I needed to go talk about this. You guys don't really have that space. And I'm glad that y'all trust us enough or trust each other enough to let it out. And I appreciate you guys' trust in me. So, and the world apparently, because that's who we're on the platform. But I thank you guys for sharing that because a lot of people really, really need to know that. They really need to know that.
We got Zena responding.
She says, I get y'all, my cousin was murdered in January, and I don't know how to deal with it at all. Every court date is trauma all over again. And it is. It is.
No, I just think it needs to be a more welcoming space for people to vent and grieve.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say more welcoming is just because I know this option has been thrown to everybody about grief counseling. And me personally, I've been actually considering it lately. But I just have this thing in my mind where it's hard for me to sit in front of a stranger and not be judged. You feel me? Like it's weird. You feel me? Like I kind of feel like you don't know me enough to judge me. I feel more comfortable talking to my inner circle. You feel me? Because any judgment that you have, you know a little bit more about me to say, hold on, bro, you tripping. You feel me? Or maybe you should do this. You feel me? Because damn, I forgot what I was. Oh, but so lately, what I've been doing was I've been finding outlets, and that now we're past the hurt and we're talking about the road to recovery, because I think that's what we really need to focus on. And I just been finding outlets. I've been writing music. You feel me? At first, I'm like, I'm just gonna work, 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 work. I'm gonna suck it up. You feel me? I don't have time to cry. Fuck it. No. What happened was when I broke down, that's when that shit hit the hardest, because I was always masking it. It's like the pressure was building, and I would sit down at the computer and I glance over and look at my mother's pictures, and I'm no good for the day. You feel me? So what I've learned to do is, if you gotta cry, cry. Let that shit out. Step to the side. You feel me? If if you're down and out, step to the side and take the time for you. You feel me? Um, and that's the most important thing that I can say. Like, we have to learn to say, I need time for me. Because, and I was about to post this the other day. It's just like, and I didn't want to post it because it seemed kind of cryptic, and like I'm throwing subs, but it's like, um, if I can't do what's best for me, then I'm nothing to you. You feel me? And that's just some real shit. So if I can't take the time to get my mental together and take the proper steps that I need to get me together, then I'm no good to my family. I'm no good to my team. You feel me? So I think the road to recovery is just being able to say, you know what, I need some time. I know everybody going out to chill and party, but I'm gonna sit this one out. You feel me? Like, it's okay to say I'm not okay. And it's crazy because I'm finally learning to say that, you know what? I'm not okay. I need a moment.
Do you know the level of like bitch assness I felt like I had, bro, when I was trying to be there for everybody and tell them how to grieve, bro? The level of weakness and the lack of emotional capacity, because I kept telling people how to fucking grieve, bro. And then here I am. I'm sitting up here and I can barely talk right now because I don't know how to fucking grieve, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, shit crazy. And I learned a hard lesson. I learned a hard lesson. Is that all these years I've been telling people how to fuck to live their lives. How the fuck to be free of supposed anxiety, grief, and then all of a sudden it attacks me and it eats away at me. It chips away at my spirit every fucking day. Every fucking day it chips away at me. And I finally learned how to respect and love. And I thought I always thought that I felt like I always loved genuinely. But I finally learned how to love genuinely. From a space where I'm just a safe place. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have no words to offer nobody. I have nothing to fucking offer anybody but my shoulder or my fucking, like, just my presence, and just shut the fuck up. 41, 40 years. And going on the 1 year damn near anniversary, bro, I finally learned to shut the fuck up. I am so appreciative just to hear people's voices after they go through these type of traumatic events, that it scares the shit out of me. And I still isolate myself when it comes to like certain feelings. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things inside of me that I have to ISO mode, you know. Does anybody else and everybody out there in the you know, in the no filter show, How many times have you felt guilty because you were in such a bad mood that you took it out on everybody?
Well, I don't think I felt guilty about taking it out on everybody because I would take it out on myself first. But the only time anybody else would get it is if the way I handle my emotion, like I said, it would pile up until I snap. Because when it's boiling over, it don't take much to make it snap. But like it would take, I would take it out on me first. I mean, I got the scars, so I would receive the blunt of that first before anybody else would.
Yeah, it's self-sabotage. I do that. I've done that. I do it with food. And if I find myself lashing out at people, I have to go in a closet or somewhere and I have to cry it out and figure out what's wrong with me. But I self sabotage or I have self sabotage too. I just don't mutilate. I eat.
Mm.
So,
You know what's crazy? I was just telling Mo, it's crazy. I was on the road and we was having this conversation, and I was telling him like I'm learning to isolate myself if my mood is off. You feel me? And not just because I want to be alone, but out of respect to everyone around me, because just because I'm having a bad day don't mean that I need to bring everybody else down. So if my energy ain't right, if my vibe ain't right, I've learned to stay to myself and just be quiet. You feel me? Because I know that I'm not feeling right. And the slightest things, we all know, the smallest things when you not right, it's going to escalate to something big. You feel me? And who wants to apologize for some dumb shit? Let's be real. So I
I
say
have
fuck.
I have done that in the past recent like months and weeks, and I have been in ISO mode. I was raised the only child, so the only thing I really know is to be to myself. Doesn't help anymore. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't help any less. But I really feel like that, that's just something that I grew up with. You know what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck cares? You got money to make. People got bills. It's big as shit. You know what I mean? Like, in my mind, that's when anxiety happens. Like, who gives a fuck? Who cares? You know what I mean? And and you genuinely can care, and then sometimes, and just like your build up, bro, and just like everybody here has a build up, right? We have a breaking point. We like to call it build up, but everybody has an emotional breaking point that we all find what we love and enjoy, what we do. You know what I mean? And you really don't want to be a burden on anybody. And I find myself going in isolation mode and not communicating these feelings, bro. Like, go ahead, bro.
No, I was just agreeing with you. I mean, I wasn't much of a talker, Like for real, I'm an introvert at heart. So even these days, I need alone time for real. I've always been like that. It was me, my thoughts, four corners and four walls. No pun intended. Because I mean, like I said, I write about all this kind of stuff anyway, all the time. I mean, I have a song called Solitary Confinement that I wrote when I was 19, 20. So that talks about this stuff. So
And that's the one thing that I adore about everybody that's on this panel, my brothers, my sisters, is that being amongst creatives, you kind of like take your hell out on like just working. You know what I mean? Um, being over anxious to just let go of the pain. I'm sorry, y'all. Excuse me. Being able to let go of the pain through something creative and something that gives you freedom. I still got found his light skin hair in my eye and my glasses. I'm sorry, y'all. But I tend, and I'm very guilty of either not talking or talking too fucking much. And so, because y'all all my family, I usually don't take it out on my family or nothing like that. I go to my job and I be mad at people and shit. I just naturally just gravitate towards hatred. How do we get over this? Like, has anybody had the counseling? You know, you said your brother quit. He went through it. How did he?
I don't know.
Overcome?
To be honest, I don't know much about his journey with it. I don't know when he personally started having the issue, and I'm not quite sure how he coped with it. I just found out the severity of it because when I found out he just took medication for it. I'm like, I didn't even know you suffered with that, so on and so forth. You know, because granted, I found this out like years and years ago. Like I was like, I don't know how long ago, but I never really had a conversation with him about it. But I will say depending on the severity or of course the need to find a way, because not everybody is blessed to know what their outlet is. Luckily, I know what mine is. Rock knows what his is, so on and so forth. But not everybody does. So, in that sense, we just need to take the stigma off of seeking help for real. You know, because nobody has to know about it. You know, but if you know, you really cannot do it on your own. At some point in time, an initiative has to be taken for the sake of your mind.
I think
My
we need
problem is,
to go ahead.
but hey, I'm sorry, Phoenix, but who in the hell do you trust? And we got to post.
That's the only
Who the
problem. I mean, that's
hell
the
can
only
you
problem.
trust with your private, like your feelings? Like
That's the end. Now go
we're
ahead, bro.
personalities. We're personalities. So yeah, it might transfer over to some people to be more open to talking about it. But who the fuck do you trust?
That's a hard.
Yeah, I think it should be okay. So the fact that you will be going to somebody who does not know you at all and cannot look at you as I know you from this person here and I can't see you for who you are now. I think it would be easier if we looked at it like that to go seek counseling. There's nothing wrong with talking to your friends. There's nothing wrong with talking to your loved ones. But an unbiased person just sitting there listening is pretty good. It's very interesting listening to y'all because y'all grew up only children, right? You grew up an only child, basically, right? Quit.
Two older brothers.
What? Okay.
Grew up with one. Grew
Okay.
up with one older brother.
But you were like isolated a lot because you went on.
Yeah.
Okay. So
by choice.
Yeah. Okay. So that's your natural way of dealing with things. So that's why, and I think that will be why it's harder for you to reach out and seek counseling. But I think you should. I grew up around people as the eldest child of 11 children. And it wasn't 11 in my house all the time, but it was a great amount of kids. And I have 5 children myself, so I am never alone. But I need to be alone sometimes, and I can't get that. So you guys are alone and you feel like you shouldn't be, and you need people. I'm always around people, and I need to isolate. And going to counseling would be sort of kind of a isolation type of thing for me. But for y'all, it will be more so of letting it out to somebody else. I think we just need to let go of the fact that I'm telling my business to somebody, because you're going to tell somebody anyway. Whether you put it in your song, whether you write it down, whether you telling your girlfriend, boyfriend, cousin, whoever your confidant is, just go do it. Just go do it. The stigma has already been broken. We don't live in a whatever state in this house, whatever happens in this house, state in this house type of mentality no more. So just go.
Well, technically, it hasn't been broken because there's still people who have that mind state. You know, that's why there's so many cases amongst, especially amongst African Americans. You know what I mean? So, I mean, with me, it was broken when I was 17. Shout out to my guidance counselor. I still remember her name to this day, Miss Sisolak, Mama Sisolak, I used to call her. Now, she purposely got me to talk to her. You know what I mean? I told this story before, but I'll rehash it. Now, let's just say when I was 17, I was in a situation where I was going to do something stupid. I'll keep it there. And I can honestly say if it wasn't for her, I'd probably be in a mental asylum, for real. But the following year, as a senior, I had free classes and so on and so forth, and she actually personally referred me to be a guidance aide. And it wasn't until after I graduated, she did, knowing that I figured out she did that to keep an eye on me.
Can we shout out all the guidance counselors in the world? They are
She
not
did,
given
yeah.
enough credit. I had an
They're not.
awesome guidance counselor
They did
too.
not. And when I was still going through what I was going through, she would pull me in her office. I don't know what she said to me, but for the first time in a long time, I broke down in front of her. And she was what I needed, a ear, an unbiased one. So, therefore, I'm really all for it. Um, if you need somebody just to listen, go find it, because I couldn't find that in anyone that knew me personally. So that's one thing I noticed. You know, my own parents couldn't help me during that time. So, but she could.
And that's profound. And that's something that I've always seeked because as being a friend, a brother, I'm the oldest on both sides, raised by myself. You know what I mean? Like I I have buried burdens that I'm not capable of handling on my own. And amongst the black community, even within my daughter, within all my children, that I'm supposed to keep these secrets and bear burdens and woes and shit that they could get the fuck over if they just let the world know. I have to keep it from grandma. I have to keep it from granddaddy. I have to make sure nobody understands because maybe there's somebody more capable that has more experience than me. And that's the crazy part when you mention the guidance counselors, right? Is that they're older. And so they've seen a little bit more. They know a little bit more. And I still remain to be the confidant. And I'm still battling my fucking, like, my darkness, my issues. You know what I mean? On my own. I can't turn to my child. I can't turn to the world at times, you know. And you're left with this gap, this weird ass gap, to where when the lights cut off and you're dreaming and you're having your nightmares and you're having your fucking issues that nobody understands it, nobody cares. Vocalization and communication amongst our community is one of the worst. And we tend to blow up. And like I said, I'm very goddamn guilty of it. That we just blow the hell apart. We are all taking time bombs. When is it gonna be ever gonna be cool for us to communicate with each other and let it be known that I don't feel the same as I went to sleep. I woke up in a eerie, bad mood to where I want to harm people. I'm going to be aggressive on my horn this morning. I'm going to have the worst attitude that anybody has ever known. Are we searching for an outlet? Like, does our anger as a people, do we have violence more so than just talking? I gotta ask that question.
I think what it is with us, we don't have trust in any. We can't trust each other. We don't trust anybody, and we don't feel safe. So if you don't have trust in anyone else, or you don't feel safe enough to open up, you're not going to. And we don't trust each other at all.
So, what level of trust are we looking for? Let's talk about that. Let's elaborate on the level of trust. I can start. When I say trust, I mean open up, tear ducts open, heart open. This is basically open heart surgery without the actual invasive surgery itself. That's my idea of a person that wholeheartedly gives a damn about who I am as a human being, that wants to see me alive for years and years to come. What are y'all trust issues?
No judgment, no betrayal.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to say, you want to know for sure that what you tell this person, they're not going to look at you any different. They're not going to bring it back up and turn on you and use it against you. They're not going to make you feel guilty for feeling that way. Denise says, I wouldn't call myself an alcoholic, but when I'm grieving, I struggle with picking up the bottle, whether it's as light as Seagram's or as hard as Crown Royal. I have been able to block that impulse, but I also have that fear that the next death that happens will take me over the edge. Wow.
Rob?
And she had a loss recently too.
Yeah, I mean,
Two
I
of them.
gotta. Phoenix
Two
said
of them.
something that was key. Um, for me is I don't like when I open up to people and they take that moment of vulnerability and they use it as a weapon against me.
No
That that
judgment, no
that
betrayal.
yeah, that really that's not where it's at, and that causes me to have trust issues. You feel me?
I what Denise said is pretty much one of the perfect paragraphs that I could have wrote myself. Um, as far as alcohol and drug abuse amongst the black community, I think that a lot of us we run away from our struggles. We don't have that freedom. It's just not the same. Now, this is no knock against any other community, but if anybody has ever experienced people of any other race other than our color, our hue, whether it be distant cousins from Africa or whatever, it's very dramatic for us. When you go to anybody else's funerals, they are already at peace for the most part. There's no loud outbursts, there's no nothing. And I think that can we just say that a majority of our anxiety as a people come from death? I mean, everybody raise their hands. I mean, I feel like it happened to me. I feel like it's just all based in like the passing, not the process that happened to lead towards it, not everything that
Nah.
led up to it. Okay. So
Yeah.
I think that we have to go over like the different levels of anxiety because sometimes it's not always death, correct? Like
No, it's not. Anxiety can be just as little something as little as just overthinking things. You know, it can just because it's literally just an obsessive worry of something unknown.
Crazy.
It's like an unknown unknown. You're worrying about the what could be or what would be, but in your mind, your thinking can make
Mm-mm.
something seem inevitable.
I got one for you. I was about to snap and I had an anxiety attack. So I was at work and I had this manager that was pushing my buttons, blatantly disrespecting me. You know what I'm saying? She really played with me. So it got to the point where, like I reached my breaking point and she sassed me and I feel like an old head. She sassed me and then told me to leave her office. Everybody has that moment where, what I'm saying, you're contemplating, I can smack this shit out this person and just walk to my car calmly, fast, and get off and at least make it home before the police come get me. Or, you know what I'm saying, I can just shut the fuck up and just walk off. I had a moment where I was torn. I had an anxiety attack. My heart was beating fast. I couldn't catch my breath. My forearms was getting tight. You feel me? Like I had to go to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? Like I broke down. You know what I'm saying? Like I really broke down. And that was my first time having an anxiety, even experiencing it. You know what I'm saying? Like I always look at myself as rock solid. You feel me? Man of steel. But at that moment in time, I realized that my emotions triggered my anxiety and crippled me. And that was like one of the worst feelings in my life. Like not being able to control my breathing, not being able to control my emotion. You feel me? Because my anxiety is all the way through the fucking roof.
Well, the second definition would fit your situation. Another definition of anxiety is the desire to do something, typically accompanied by immense unease.
So I have one question for you, quick.
Mm-hmm.
So what is it called when you bust too fast because you're just so anxious when you get some new cat?
that's sexual
That's
anxiety.
called that's a form of anxiety. That's a form of anxiety in a
Okay.
sense.
We call that quick shooter.
Hey, look, and crazy
Nah,
enough,
nah,
crazy
don't
enough.
even do that.
Oh no, my bad. No pun intended, bro.
Yeah, because I felt like a joke was gonna come from that. So like I'm cutting that shit off, cutting that slick right the fuck off. Forgive me.
Hey, look, and whole T, Rock. Hey, look, when it comes to like anxiety like that, I guess that I've always suffered from that. I guess I always have getting my masculinity taken away from me and the respect that I give the same people. I guess that is a form. And the way you described it, bro, is exactly what the fuck I felt.
Well, I think we forget that how strong our mind is. Our body literally reacts to what our mind does. So all this overthinking, all this contemplating and being torn in that situation, your body responded, which is what the anxiety attack is. Your brain is sending all these signals out, and your body doesn't know what to do, so it does everything, and that's what happens. And it's amazing and scary at the same time.
Now,
Ooh.
to go into anxiety, the mass shooter up there in Buffalo.
Mm.
Man.
Well, I mean, all I can say, the only thing that the main thing that disturbs me is that this guy strategically with a gun that has certain phrases and symbols etched on it went to a particular area and went duck hunting, but was peacefully apprehended.
This man did research. You know they trying
That
to
was a
blame it
hit.
on, you know they trying to his family trying to say it was because of COVID. They're trying to blame it on COVID.
Oh yeah, it's in the feed. I definitely
Mm-hmm.
posted it. It's in the feed.
Let me tell you something. It's a little deeper for me. I kind of feel like there's a solution to all of this.
Speak.
If everyone was allowed to carry, it would make a motherfucker second guess from going shooting the spot up. Simple as that. Because if I know if us four was in there and that shit popped off together, one of us got beams on this nigga. You dig what I'm saying? It'll make a person think twice before doing some shit like that because you're not going to accomplish much. Everybody's strapped. And I know Big Brother listening. Big Brother, little brother, medium brother, whatever brother. Like, bare arms. That's the only way. That's the only way.
It is the ultimate deterrent for misfits, and that's the reason why he didn't pick the wrong hood.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said,
and they keep targeting our older people, bro. Like, I'm starting to feel some type of way, bro.
But there's bias with that bare arms situation because I tend to always go back to that social experiment. They put the white gentleman and the black gentleman on the same block around the same time. Both of them with an AK strapped on their back, just walking around, frolicking through the neighborhood. The white guy gets one cop that walks up to him and just questions like, "Why do you have that in public? You know, you shouldn't have that though. I know you got a license. What do you have that? Let me see your license. I see. Yes, all right, it's licensed, but you shouldn't have that in public." White guy, a black guy does the same thing. 5 cop cars. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. It's not going to be, if we all strapped, it's going to be different strokes for different folks when it comes to enforcement, bro. That's the only downfall to that. Even if you licensed.
So what do we do? This is the second mass shooting where one asshole goes into a place of peace and solitude that we call our churches, right? And kills our elderly. And then we have another asshole with the N-word at the end of his birth. Kills our elderly again.
And on one of these situations, they took him to Burger King before taking him in.
I'm already here. They handled him very gently.
Why is it when these things occur, you know, if it was a indigenous person, they know about the parent, the upbringing, and the missing father or missing mother or the cracked mother or whatever. You never hear that.
Oh no, you know when it's you know, they like to scream it was a mental health problem.
You can't you can't put that on mental health when it's premeditated. If that's the case, there's a lot of people that should have been claimed temporary insanity, because that is a form of insanity when you plan to kill someone, just plot to kill somebody, or when you just do it out of nowhere. That is a form of insanity. So why all the people of color, or particularly black folks, that have these moments? Because we don't just go in, and we have had shootings, but we're not going to sit here and plan to go in and pick a specific white area and just go in there and shoot everybody up in the motherfucking place.
Well,
maybe that's the goddamn problem.
Well, the real question is,
maybe that's the fucking problem. Is that we look at different beefs, right? And I'm pretty sure y'all abreast of hip hop, China Mac, AD, all these guys that handle it with fisticuffs, right? Is that amongst the black community, we don't want to be embarrassed more so than go out here and take it out on other people, but we take it out on our own.
Right.
Nobody's gonna run. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's our problem, is that we ain't crossed the railroad tracks and been like, you know what? This for 400 years. We haven't become. We're already considered terrorists.
Right.
Joe Biden bitch ass. I said Biden bitch, his bitch ass, who fathered the crime bill. Hillary Clinton with her bitch ass. Kim Jong Un fake looking ass with her tracksuit, whatever fuck that is, spacesuit she be wearing. A lot of these people pinned us as violent criminals to our own people. When the fuck have we ever been on a terrorist rant? It's a very rare thing. I think the last one and one of the first surprises that we all had was Malvo and all them around here, the DC snipers. It's a very rare thing that we run around here and we just shoot up people. And now recently the subway killer, you know. And then it all fits everybody else's agenda but ours. They keep sending out these plants to make us the angry ones, the issue, the problem, right? But throughout history, there have been more mass shootings by crackers, and I'll say this shit, by crackers, than there has been any 400-year descendant of anybody here, period. This shit gets frustrating. And white people, every time I see your bitch ass, I'm crossing the street, nigga. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Ain't nobody fucking with y'all no more.
Right. Let's see how.
Fuck them little downtown white girls with your little BBLs and your pit bulls.
Craziness.
Yeah, nah, fuck them little white girls with their BBLs and their pit bulls.
Lord have mercy.
1,000. 1,000.
Like for real, Denise.
White people. Black people. Black people, especially indigenous people who are black. Cross the fucking street. Grab your purse. Stop looking at their little pretty little bouffants and shit. Yeah, like stop looking at these little white boys with their pretty little bouffants because they look like little baby dolls and shit, and start crossing the fucking street. Embarrass them. Stop associating. Segregate. Try it. 1 year. Stop buying the bullshit. Stop it. Even if you are cool, try it. Try it out for a hand, like just for 1 year. You just look at them as a cold killer. Because that's how the fuck they look at you.
Hold on, bro.
Quick.
I gotta interrupt you real quick.
You are a killer.
Wait a minute. My name is Francis Taylor, and I am a businessman. I am not a killer.
That's how the fuck they gonna look at you.
Nah, so look, I disagree with you on one thing. I refuse to walk on the other side of the sidewalk because I laugh when they walk on the other side of the sidewalk. You're not about to take that away from me, buddy.
Yeah, that shit sound funny in theory until you actually exercise it and they start looking paranoid and be like, well, what the hell? Why is he moving? I wanted to grab my purse. I wanted to clutch my purse because this big strong ass black male can't just snatch it from me if I clutch it. No.
What's more offensive to you? The walking on the other side of the road or walking by cars and hearing the doors locked?
The doors locked.
That's what I was thinking too. I don't like that. I feel some kind of way about that. Like
only reason why is, let's be real. We come from the DMV. When you walking down the street and somebody seems like they're a threat, the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna walk to the other side of the street. You dig what I'm saying? If you walk with see a group of niggas, you're gonna go to the other side. That's rule 101 of surviving when walking down the street. You feel me? Now when I walk past people. So
we come from the DMV, bro, where, and I hate to say this, but most white people that we saw in PG County were crackheads or cocaine heads. They were getting served. They were not in our neighborhoods, bro. It was such a culture shock to leave out of here, go to the military, and see so many white people. It was such a culture shock, bro. We have a reputation. When I went to the Norfolk Federal Prison, we had such a reputation from up here, from here to Philly, because we never were afraid. Because where we come from, we're the majority. We are the goddamn people. You hear me? So I get it. You know, I get that. But when we saw them, it was always some drug shit going on. You know, it was always some bullshit happening. You know? So when it comes to that, bro, I just want all black folks, all indigenous people, all goddamn people from every other hue, every other cultural background of color, walk across the street. Change it up. Make them feel weird. Oh, you got a BBL. Okay, all right. Well, thank you. Thank you, fat ass white girl. Thank you so much.
Terrible.
Yeah, you still ain't mine. You still ain't this, you still ain't that. You know what I mean? Like, change it up. We got so many indictments getting handed down from Young Thug to Young Gunner to fucking how about this silly ass shit that out of everything in the world, you put $80,000 down on a $250K Richard Milley, and you have the FBI and the Alphabet Boys after your ass. And y'all know who I'm talking about, right? Lil Meech.
What is it? What's going on with that situation? I didn't read up on it.
He is about to have a 60-year sentence offered up to him over that shit right there.
Wow.
You got to be specific about what happened, though.
But like 60 years.
He put money down.
Okay.
On the watch. He didn't pay what he owed. He tried to take it to another jeweler and sell it off to them.
And it's an inanimate object.
My nigga.
Why?
But
I don't give a damn.
Can I ask? Never mind.
It's a fucking watch. It's not like he shot somebody over.
It says a maximum up to 60 years.
I do know
he has 2 charges.
What's the charges?
20 years apiece, plus he has the what was the other charge?
No, like what is the actual charge? Like what's the count?
Bro, all right, y'all go ahead. Let me go ahead and look these up to make sure I'm not falsifying anything. All right, hold on.
But you know, it's so funny because all these white collar crimes that steal from Peter to rob from Paul, and he's getting up to 60 years, which he should have paid. You know, he should have paid. But that's come on now.
I mean, you got nonprofits buying mansions now.
It was a $250,000 watch.
So it's $250,000.
Yeah.
All right. Dang.
And he tried to go. So he didn't pay it. He tried to go sell it.
So is that considered
stolen property?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I do know anything over 500 is considered felony.
So that's worth the 60 years.
Sisters.
Well, I didn't say it was worth 60 years, but
60 years for a fucking pair of gears.
I didn't say it was. I didn't say it was fair.
No, I didn't say you. I'm just saying, is it
for some fucking diamonds and metal that comes from his goddamn ancestry? Are y'all really locking into this bullshit? 60 years for some shit that they're Jewish, Arabic. I don't give a fuck because we don't run nothing in the diamond industry. For him to eat 60 fucking years. Are y'all getting this shit?
Bruh,
from his people for a fucking inanimate object that ticks or doesn't make a noise at all? Can y'all wrap your minds and conceive this shit?
No. He's getting 60 years, but Trayvon Martin's killer is scot-free.
And nobody from the hood, none of these badass niggas, None of these motherfuckers that run around spitting rounds at their own people, hitting innocent children, have gone out to be a goddamn martyr and kill the rat bastards.
So, Mo, let me ask you this. What's the appropriate punishment?
Let that motherfucker pay his restitution. Let him breathe. Let him breathe. Fuck that watch. Fuck a watch. Fuck these materialistic things. It's a fucking rock. It's a clear rock. It had to have diamonds in it because there's nothing about a Richard Mille that is no different from any other watch. To get the alphabet boys involved. Go ahead, bro. My bad, bro.
My nigga, that junk was $250,000, and that junk was already reported stolen to the police. Probably. And then you try to resell, you're reselling stolen shit. And then Angel said the prime thing. Look who he's tied to as well. It's Big Meech's son, bro. And you're focusing on the 60 years. That's the maximum sentence that he can get.
Bro.
That's if they want to be petty.
He should not do a goddamn day.
Come on, man. Don't
over a fucking watch, bro.
Don't do that. Come on, bro. Don't even say that.
Bro, okay. People have gone to friggin' juvie for stealing $30 earring studs from like a Claire's or whatever, bro.
Do y'all remember the 3 strikes law? If y'all have, y'all should never forget this one because it still exists. But I'm listening. Has anybody out here remembered the 3 fucking strikes law?
3 strikes you out, and it can be any little thing.
For stealing a fucking, hey look, and let's go all the way in. Stealing a fucking Slim Jim is your 30 offense. Gone.
You gone.
Joe Biden, bitch ass. Father, this bullshit. A Slim Jim is your 3rd offense. Now let's get real. Yeah, that just hit home, didn't it?
No, not really. No, because what I hear is G.I. Mo downplaying a $250,000 watch. You feel me? That's bullshit. Come on, bro. You can't sit up there and make it seem like this man should not receive no type of punishment. Like it's just a watch. It just has diamonds in it. You crazy. If that was your $250,000 watch, you would not be feeling like that, my old chap.
You have to pay that money back, but that's a lot of time off your life over a watch.
Like now, granted, if we just going by
you want to put somebody in jail, okay, you got to do some time for stealing, but the possibility of 60 years?
I'm just saying 60 years is a waste of time compared to what they compared to the crimes they let people go for.
You guys really think they're going to
deserve that time?
Lil Meech 60 years? It's just say the maximum.
I don't think
that's the maximum, but if he got 2 charges with up to 20 years per charge, okay.
I'd say they just order him to pay up.
Dude.
Don't take the dude to jail over an accessory, like a literal accessory, like you can put that on.
See, that's the problem. See, the thing is, you're thinking of it just being for what it is. I'm looking at it as the value of it. I'm not saying he deserves 60 years. I'm going to say it one more time. I'm not saying he deserves 60 years. What I'm saying is you have to look at it as that the cost of that. That's what makes the crime on that level. That's all I'm saying.
No. I'm with you. No, I'm with you because I know because like I said, I've seen when it comes to theft or anything like that, I've seen people do, or I've read cases and viewed them and analyzed them. People who went to jail for far less for items that weren't even worth 10,000. But he has something that's worth a quarter mil.
He gonna have to pay the money back. They got the watch back. He gonna have to pay the money plus lawyer fees and whatever. He gonna walk.
I mean, that bond was like a mil, wasn't it?
Man.
It was a $1.2 million bill, and they had the Alphabet Boys involved. What the fuck about a watch makes a motherfucker be able to call the FBI? What scares me about this is that, bro, I love you, but what the fuck is the value of a piece of steel and a fucking rock that just is see-through, that has a rainbow in it? What the fuck does that dictate that it don't even come from this soil? There are no diamond mines here in America. There are only, for the most part, diamond mines everywhere there are people of color. Where in the entire fuck does
Bro,
America...
you are not about to sit out here and downplay Diamonds, Mr. King of the Light Skin Coalition. You know Diamonds is shit, my nigga. So don't even try to sit here and play me like
back
that.
in the day, y'all used to wear outfits made of diamonds.
Let me ask you something, brother. Let me ask you something, sir. No, put that down.
See, look at that.
Costume.
No,
costume jewelry.
No.
Costume.
Cut the shit, sir.
I don't give a fuck.
No.
And it still looks fly.
Let me ask a question. When you were young and did you get your ears pierced? Did you have an earring?
Hell no. I'm from the old school, bro. I'm from the
You ain't never had no chain with a real diamond in it?
Nope.
You never had none of that?
Never.
Oh, come on. Then you're not light skinned. You're not light skinned.
You're
not light skinned.
He got demoted.
You got demoted. I'm running against Untitled Rock. And now I'm running for the head of the Light Skin Coalition. I'm big, I'm light skinned, I got tattoos, and I'm bald headed.
And you ain't wearing no diamonds, motherfucker. So shut up.
Oh.
That ain't even your style, bro. You smarter than that. So that's why I ain't even feeding in your bullshit.
All right, well, in that case, I'm going to run.
Tripping. But no, what I'm saying is we like diamonds. Regardless of what you say.
I don't.
You don't, but what I'm saying is we come up from a society where diamonds have value.
Period.
Simple as that. Like you can say
they're worthless.
Hold on. You can say that. Let's be real. You holding up your gold, sir, but you can say the same thing about gold. It's a fucking piece of rock or metal. It's fucking gold. It comes from the ground. What makes it so special, sir? What makes it so special?
So let's talk about gold then.
No. We're not.
Let's go in. Let's go in. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it since you want to talk about shit that matters,
Science time with Mo.
Now you want to talk about shit that matters. Now you want to talk about shit that really fucking matters, right? There's a difference between gold that is used in the very cell phones and these computers that we on right now that are natural transmitters. That is a precious earth metal. Okay? It's different. It's a big ass fucking difference between that and a fucking rock that they can take your ashes. And we have reported on this years ago. They can take your little ashy asses once they burn your ass up and crush you down into a goddamn diamond instantaneously. Nigga, please. I ain't seen a diamond win a war. I ain't seen a motherfucking diamond matter to nobody but the people that fucking own it. And the fact that this is the No Filter show, the J's, the A's, okay? These assholes have convinced us that this shit actually fucking matters and our women give a fuck because it's sparkly. Don't nobody else in the world give a fuck about a diamond more so than a black woman and a a person in the Jewish community or the Arabic community.
Excuse me, I prefer stones. I prefer other type of things. I don't like diamonds.
No, you prefer moon rocks
Negro
and
niggers.
Friggin'
Nobody was talking about you.
And
everybody knows.
Like you prefer rabbit feet. No, you prefer rabbit foot necklaces and all that stuff.
Old hunt hairs from the Victorian era.
Well, guess what? Let me tell you something, Mr. G.I. Mo. I like diamonds. Why? Because I was born in April and that's my birthstone. So I'm going to get diamonds. Okay?
Facts.
Ain't you cute?
bro.
I'm a connoisseur of it myself.
You know what? That is a violation of the man law. You cannot call another man cute.
I have to call you that.
He wasn't calling you cute. He said,
I gotta say it because, bro, that is the most weirdest light-skinned shit I've ever heard in my life. That
Diamond?
Just because it's your fucking birthstone, who in the fuck told you that your birthstone is a diamond?
I looked it up.
Mine's is a peridot.
See, look,
mine's a ruby.
Oh, look who's not a part of the cool club now.
Mine is green.
What's
I do want to get it. I do want to get a piece with rubies in it though. That'd be fire.
What's your birthstone, Mel?
I'm a Pisces. Don't worry about my birthstone.
It's March.
AKA, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I know.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna find out right now. Hold on.
I've never worn it a day in my fucking life and everything. Hey,
What's
look,
this?
ladies
What's
and
your
gents, if you ever see me with
It's
little
for
glittery
March.
shits on me, no,
March,
if you ever
say less.
if you ever see me with glittery shit,
Glitterous.
it's fake. I don't give a fuck about none of this shit. I ain't dying with it. It ain't going to me. And the bitch going to outlive all of us in a nuclear fallout. I don't give a fuck. So 60 years, yeah, fuck the feds. Fuck everybody that's listening. Alphabet boys, fuck all y'all. Y'all chasing the dream, homie. Yeah, that's bullshit. That man didn't create. He didn't not create. He didn't commit any heinous crime other than hustle. Okay, well, you know what? Nah, let's think about it. Let's think about it because this is how.
Shit. And you know what?
It is. No, you're full of shit.
No,
because this is how this shit works.
No, you're just as bad as the white man of the little boy that went to the house with the whip. You feel me? Making excuses for this man. Come on, bro. Let's be real. Let's be real.
Brethren. That's my brethren. That's an indigenous mind. And I refuse to sit up here and give anybody that substantial amount of time behind them prison bars for the industrial complex that are owned by the very diamond company. That's the only reason why that shit is still like that. Because they own, Nike owns,
from
Under Armour owns.
From my point of view, it
school
sounds
systems
like,
own. What?
It sounds like you're excusing the crime. Like you're not saying, you're not holding him accountable for what he did. That's what it sounds like. You're saying, oh, it was just a watch. Oh, it's just rocks. Oh, it was just this. Let this man free. Like, come on, bro. You're excusing the
it's
crime.
that simplified. No, it's that simplified. The man did no heinous crime. He didn't harm anybody in the process other than himself. It does not.
And OJ didn't do it.
OJ like white girl. He can have it.
OJ did it.
OJ like white girl. He can have it.
Hey, so did LeBron, son. Shout out to Lil Bronny.
By the way, just for info, your birthstone GIMO is aquamarine.
No shit. I could have said that, but who gives a fuck about a stone?
Well, y'all know how to get down. I'm kind of a connoisseur with this type of stuff.
I don't give a fuck about no goddamn inanimate object that can't fuck back. If I cannot put my dick in it, it doesn't count.
If you put a hole in it, you can.
You cannot fucking.
You can make, bro. You can make custom made jewelry. You know.
Why would you want to?
It won't be for my dick.
Like that?
It won't be for my sex.
Bruh.
Pussy is way more valuable.
Would you, Blue Phoenix? Would you think less of a man if he had pocket cooch around his neck?
Oh shit.
Around his neck.
Yeah, that he just so happens to use when he is not wearing it. Yeah, diamond encrusted. That he just so happens to use on occasion.
Ladies. I would rather you break into my house, give me head voluntarily, and make me a turkey sandwich and leave. Okay, I will fix a broken window every day. If that's,
or matter of fact,
that's way more valuable than any diamond that a woman can ever wear.
Matter of fact,
bro, look,
you can get him one of them rings.
Window unlocked. Just lift it up.
Get him one.
I ain't never-
Get him a iced out ring.
Y'all gonna have the whole note on the window. It's already unlocked, baby.
No.
No, it's gonna be open already. That to them, it's gonna be open with arrows and directions.
Nah, see, now you niggas making these girls lazy. They gotta work for it. Okay? I need an alarm.
Now you want
to
them
go
to work.
off. Yeah, I need an alarm. I need something.
But that's
to
gonna
go
disturb
to know
you.
that
You're not gonna
know that giving me
You gonna
head is
wake
worth
up, you're
jail
not
time.
Bruh, but then you're gonna get woken up. You're not gonna get woken up by it.
My dick is way worth more than a fucking emerald.
Look.
Or aquamarine.
Look.
I don't give a fuck.
Mo is gonna make it exciting. He's gonna set the alarm, right? He's gonna let her break in. He's gonna pregame. He's gonna be standing there with his roll board open, just with his hands on his hip, like,
no.
Hold on, let me finish. The alarm goes off. Hold on. In the words of Mo, close your eyes. Right? She's climbing through the bushes. She's opening the window. The alarm goes off. She jumps in, hits the floor, right?
We got sound effects.
Mo standing there with his hands on his hip, with his robe open, like,
how dare you break into this vicinity?
No, hold on. He says, you got 4 minutes till the police arrive. Make it count. Mo gonna make a game out that shit.
Bro, why you sound like him though?
Because that's my brother.
He's learned me.
Whoa.
Like, all right. He ruined it.
Yeah.
No,
Look,
you've learned me, bro.
He don't put himself in the back.
Biblical sense? What the fuck does it mean in biblical when
I
you say
said
a person has learned you?
Not in the biblical.
No, explain what learned means in biblical terms.
Because
maybe I said some weird shit.
That means you sexually, you know your person.
Oh, nah, Bob.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, nah.
So you can volunteer yourself to the back.
Not in the biblical.
Nah. First and foremost, I'm tired of y'all speaking for me. I want y'all to close.
I mean, no, you lost your close your eyes privileges after that mishap.
Nope.
Yes, you did.
Nope.
Rock, enforce this, please.
I want y'all to close.
Bro, don't enforce. How you gonna just leave us here, dog? That ain't how you enforce it.
I want everyone to close their eyes and all women open their mouths. First and foremost, I would already be ass naked, probably sitting in the yoga position of spread eagle, as women like to call it.
Downward dog.
No, bro. upward pound. Okay, is what they call it. Okay. Some people call it the Empire State. I am going to be in the Empire State position.
Goodness.
Okay. Fully erect building. All right. Now, I want her to crash her planes into my building. I just so happen to have reinforced steel. Okay? And when it happens.
And then he wears that same steel around his neck after he's done.
Yeah, because the one thing I'm not going to do, I'm going to have all of my sheets are going to have holes in it just for the Empire State. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That part.
Not for you to see.
But for
you to pee.
For her to hold.
For you to pee.
On myself, fellas, I just want to wet myself. Okay, cool.
Yeah, not for you to see, but for you to pee.
And I'm speaking on behalf of both of you. And this is sickening. This is sickening that you don't have my back. You don't have my back on this one because I know that this is what y'all go to sleep thinking.
But if we gotta close our eyes first, we are not gonna have your back.
Yeah, definitely. You right about that. Open your eyes, fellas. Ladies, close your eyes, open your mouths, okay? Yeah. I will make sure, if I knew that this was gonna happen, that I make sure that I have a hard day's work. So I'm sweaty and stinky and I never wash. If that woman still wants to suck it, she can have it.
Actually, after the first couple of seconds, you don't smell nothing. So.
What?
Oh my God! Did we just have an opening to the gates of hell?
Oh shit! I'm sorry. Yeah, after the first, after maybe the first 30 seconds, you don't smell anything.
Jesus.
Well, Yo, I guess we can consider this Throwback Thursday because we had a old school 3-hour special.
Like shit.
Man.
It's past 11.
Oh my
Dog,
God.
I will be dang.
Denise agrees. We all know after a little bit of time, you just don't smell nothing. You be too busy. You gotta get into it. I mean, don't matter.
What in the entire hell are y'all talking? You really lose your taste buds.
Wait a minute, who's talking right now? Is that Mo or Weezy?
It's Weezy.
Oh,
No, what you? What,
It's Weezy.
quick,
It's Weezy.
I'm about to say it's not morning time. It ain't 6 o'clock.
exactly. So it's not.
It's Weezy.
No, I mean, no, we don't lose our taste buds. It's just we don't. When you get into what you're doing, you start enjoying what you're doing. You don't smell anything.
You know what?
I have the baby voice. So this is
Nah, that's Weezy at 9 p.m.
no, that is me, aka Weezer, as Denise likes to say, Weezer, and the Blue Phoenix.
She does like to say that though, for real, for real.
Weezer.
I swear,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna front. Denise mess up names worse than Mr. Brown. I swear.
That's okay.
I don't give a fuck what y'all telling. I ain't never gotten used to the smell of a dirty diaper. I've never gotten used to the smell of anything.
That's because, bruh.
I did not say you do it all the time, but sometimes it happens, and after a few seconds, you don't smell it no more.
How, dog? Like, I went to the city zoo and I have not smelled nothing as putrid as a baby's diaper.
Not even elephant shit is as putrid as a baby's diaper.
Facts.
And
For
babies
real.
eat smoothies.
And babies they poop smoothies
Yeah.
that don't smell good.
But I ain't gonna hold y'all. Of course, we do have to close the curtains because I'm exhausted emotionally, physically, and mentally because Rock tried me tonight, and I plan on hanging up right after this broadcast. I don't plan on talking to any of you Negroes. All right,
bruh. Well, on that case, make sure y'all follow your boy at The Real K-Quick. I am KQuick.com. There's a lot of stuff for brewing. Stay tuned. BBF.
man, and of course, this is your man GMO, aka Non-GMO, and of course, you can catch me mostly every Wednesday with the Phoenix. All right, yeah, you see that look on her face? My bad, y'all. Some days are some days, you dig? But naturally, make sure that y'all go over to Red Vision Cinema, Red Vision TV on YouTube. Make sure y'all check out all our content. And of course, this is your man with a fully loaded clip. And I will shoot your club up, ladies.
With the window open.
Windows open. I am the Blue Phoenix. First of all, before we close, I want to thank you, gentlemen, for being open and vulnerable and transparent and just being so wonderful tonight. I thank our audience for being the same. I swear I love y'all. I do.
Much love for you.
I
Much
do.
love
I
to
love
you.
y'all so much, and I love our audience. Y'all be so awesome. And I thank you guys in the audience for not being judgmental and being aware that this is a safe space for y'all and us too. And I appreciate you guys listening. You can catch me here 8:30 Thursdays, 8 o'clock Wednesdays with Mo. Also, don't forget to watch out. Check out the redvisioncinema.com website because we have everything there. Also, Doobies will be out. A very pure rolling paper. I'm about to say wrapping paper.
Toilet paper.
It's toilet paper for your herbal essence.
You can smoke it and wipe your ass with it.
Clean it up.
Well, look, let me say this.
Bro, that's doo-doo.
Look, if you actually try and take that paper and wipe your ass with it, you're gonna have an unfortunate mistake. Every
You're
man, you're gonna have that day that every man regrets.
You gonna have nail polish.
Aye.
Well, I will say
Oh my
your
God, I got a
palm,
story.
your palm will be the same color as the back of your hand.
Hey, bro, I'm scared to ask. You said you got a story, bro.
Bro, we're gonna be here for 30 more minutes.
In the military, they give you these things called MREs, right? You have to sleep in the field. You are on bivouac, as they like to call it, right? We are doing training. The actual toilet paper that they give us is literally this big, right? So you can compare it to this microphone, right? It's only 6 squares. And you have to shit on a log, or you have to do the kimchi squat. And when you do it, you are guaranteed that you're going to use your nails more than you are the toilet paper, okay? And you are literally, if you opened up an MRE, bro, you would smoke that toilet paper. That's literally what the hell you are offering these people is bivouac paper.
They don't even let y'all dig a latrine.
Bro, nobody in this world knows their shit better than a military human being. Okay?
Okay.
Well, so,
sorry, y'all. I'm obsessed with Dookie. Sorry.
Oh, we
see. Once again, bro, you are doing good. You are doing good. You know, I'm swearing, you about to conquer this fecal frania. I'm telling you.
His name is Fecal Frank.
you admittance is the first step in recovery. So
Dookie is not bad. Dookie deserves love. Dookie deserves love.
What?
And he just and he just had a backtrack. Now he's in denial again. He was that was the first. That was the quickest. That was the quickest improvement / regression I've ever seen. He literally improved. He literally improved and regressed in a matter of 15 seconds. Like straight up. That was weird. And Rock, please do your outro before it gets any weirder.
Look, damn, there you go. That was weird. Make sure y'all stay on the like they said, stay on the lookout for those good old doobie papers. 100% hemp, 100% all natural. I would tell you the process, but if I do, I have to kill you. This is the No Filter Show. Follow me on all social media platforms at TaylorMade Rock. It's been one fucking great show. It's been a roller coaster. We laughed, we cried, we laughed, and after that shit conversation, I think I may cry one more time before I go.
Apparently, we scissor.
Whoa, see. Now this is just getting really weird. We are the No Filter Show. Good night.
Yeah.